Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. As you can see from the league table there, we're currently 6th. We're doing really well. We're on a great run of form. I'll just take you through the schedule of the games since you were last here. So previously here for Nottingham Forest and Watford games, we beat Middlesbrough, beat Luton, took a bit of a hammering by Newcastle, which isn't unexpected, lost to Sheffield United, and then we've recovered to put 3 unbeaten run together. Draw at Crystal Palace, a win at Portsmouth, and then a win at Bristol City. So in today's episode, we'll look at the home game against Huddersfield and an away game at QPR and see if we can keep this run going for the whole of November. So stay tuned and I'll take you through the starting lineup. And welcome back. So starting lineup for the first match is as follows. Ripley in goals. Wallace at left back, McNamara at right back. We've got Owie and Palmer Brown at centre half. Tavares and Atiba holding the midfield. We've got Mason Bennett on the left hand side, Kevan Williams on the right hand side. And with Mags coming back from injury, we've got Mags and Dunn playing up together for probably only the second or third time. That means Abdul Malik, he's kind of lost his shadow striker place and he was on a good bit of form, but I think with 2 up front, we're probably going to be a little bit more prolific and maybe be able to maintain our position in the playoffs. Mag's got a little bit of catching up to do. He was top scorer when he was injured on 3, but Dunn's been on a great run of form and he's currently up at 7. So let's see. Hopefully Mags can get in today and get a couple goals to catch up. Stats-wise, I think Mags might just shade Dunn as the better player, but Dunn is a full-time Millwall player, whereas Mags is just in on loan. So if I had to pick a favourite, it would obviously be Dunn. Been on a good run lately, so we'll cheer the crowd up, cheer the team up, and we will get them out for this home game at Huddersfield. Still in the attacking mentality. It's been working pretty well for us the last few games, certainly. But we've managed to string together a 3-game unbeaten run. It's surprising, really, that we've managed to get into the playoffs at this stage of the season. Hopefully we can maintain it, but again, I think January transfer window is probably going to be key. As I explained in an earlier episode, we're already over the wage budget, which has been hampered by wage hikes, appearance fees. So players who reach 10 international caps or 20 games for the club, they've had a little wage jump, which has thrown us further and further over the wage budget. 5,000, 6,000 a week is not too much. We can probably make it back just by letting one player go. And there are a host of candidates that I'd like to let go. It's just finding a club interested in taking them on. Let me just give some encouragement to the team. So, I mean, for example, Jordan Hugill, he's not going to be a first team striker for us. And if he went, Alexander's already there as a substitute or a backup striker. We've got 10 to 12 players out on loan who could easily come back and deputise in a wide range of positions. So we need to let some high wage earners that aren't in and around the first team go. Patterson's another one we could easily let go and we wouldn't feel any pain for that decision whatsoever. Benny Beningame, I guess, ex-Everton player, a great player for a time, but he's probably not going to be in our first team. So again, we could just let him go if an offer comes in for him. But we'll see what happens in January. Half an hour gone in the game then. There's only been the one real highlight, which looked like it went to Huddersfield. We're currently doing better on shots on target, XG and possession. So hopefully it won't be too long before we get a highlight of our own. Ideally it'll fall to one of the front 2, but we'll see. Certainly nothing too much from Huddersfield to worry about in terms of conceding. But like we've seen many times before, possession, shots on target, they don't mean anything if you don't score. We've done it to other teams and we've seen other teams do it to us. So we've got to find a way to get the ball in the back of the net and get our noses in front. Give ourselves something to defend for the second half, ideally. Just coming up to half-time then. Not a lot in the way of key highlights. Been a bit of a quick match, this one so far. Hopefully the second half will liven up somewhat. Again, it might be just the fact that we've gone a lot more attacking. Huddersfield with a chance just before half time from a corner. dropped to one of their players in the box, and yeah, they've snuck the lead. And said it many times before. If you don't take your chances when you're dominating, it could easily happen. Mason Bennett looks favourite to be hauled off at half time to make way for somebody else. I'll see something else in the second half. And we'll make that change almost straight away. So what we'll probably do is say Bennett for Piers, and then Piers and Cavan Williams can swap sides because Williams can play either side, and we'll get them back out there. See if we can drag ourselves back into this game. Not really showing too much in the way of an attacking threat. Hopefully that'll change. Certainly as the home side, we should be doing a little bit better. Another chance for Huddersfield then from a free kick. Ripley's managed to get his hands on it. Hopefully we can set ourselves away on a bit of a counter-attack here. Long ball over the top to Tavares. He breaks down the left-hand wing. Getting into the box now. Can he find the blue shirt? Back to Wallace. He gets a chance to deliver it into Tavares. Throws over to Dunn, and Dunn manages to get another goal. So that takes him to 8 for the season, leaving Mags a little bit more to try and catch up. But again, promising start to the second half. A little bit of a change on that left-hand side. Wallace getting up the wing well, providing that extra bit of attacking threat down the left-hand side. And I think at the minute, if you give the ball to Dunn, he's likely to get a goal. It's 18 games, 8 goals. He didn't play all 18 games either, so he's doing well. Williams now to Tavares. Plenty of space down this left-hand wing again. Mags holds it. Takes it up to the corner. Can he deliver anything? In it goes again to Dunn. And Dunn gets another one. So the pair combine. Two really well-started players with a big future, I think, at Millwall. I'd certainly like, if I can, keep Mags. I'd certainly like to, at the end of the season, try and find a way to keep him. On loan from Sheffield United, only valued at $3 million. Yeah. But yeah, I'd snap their hands off if we had $3 million lying about. And again, perhaps in that January window, if we can sell the right players, we could possibly get enough funds to try and make that move permanent. But I would imagine Sheffield United would be reluctant to let him go without us paying a pretty price for him. There we go, now we're gone. We've managed to get ourselves in front. XG looking a bit more promising. Atibo for Beningame. It's probably not a bad change. He's not playing particularly great and he's tired. So we'll get Beningame some game time, get him on the, we're in the shop window, so to speak. Maybe we can get some bids for him and move him on in the January transfer window. Positionally wise, looking into that January transfer window, I think we're looking good up front. Wingers are quite strong as well. We've got some strength in depth in the low knees. Centre mid, if the right player came in, we would maybe go for someone in there. Back four, fantastic. I can't really fault them. And then I think Ripley, although he's been a great servant to the club so far, if a top draw goalkeeper became available, that might be one of the positions we would think about strengthening, because he's currently only 3-star current ability. He's not going to get much better. So if we get a young player with a development opportunity or a high-profile current ability player, we may make that move. But apart from them little minor tweaks, I don't think there's too much we would need to change in this Millwall squad at the minute. We're definitely performing above expectations, and I think we could continue this form for a little bit longer yet. And if while we're on good form we can grind out these little victories, as I say that, a curse of the commentator. Wallace sends a ball over the top. It's been picked off by Huddersfield. We get a second bite of the cherry. Palmer Brown then to Piers. He's running up the middle of the park. Tried to get it down the left to Williams, but it fell short. Huddersfield with a counter-attack breaks into the box. And he's put it wide. So I was just about to say commentator's curse there. Just as I say grind out the odd 2-1 win at home, we nearly conceded. So hopefully, touch wood, and I'll zip up the mouth and try not curses again. We can see this game out. Coming up towards the 90th minute, 6 minutes injury time. Not quite sure where that's come from, because there's not been a great deal of substitutions for injuries or red cards or any breaks in the play. So yeah, it almost feels like FM's teeing me up for a bit of a sucker punch here, but we will see. 4 minutes of injury time left. Game just drifting out. Stats wise, chances wise, I think we've probably edged the game. Better possession, better XG, shots on target and shots. So I think you could probably say with a better team overall. And like I say, hopefully we can see this last 3 minutes out. And I don't know why. It's like Doctor Strange has come in the room because everything is going in slow motion at the minute. 2 minutes to go. Waiting with bated breath into the final minute. Just stick that man marking on. Wallace taking his time over the throw in. Come on. And there we go, full time. So from a goal down, we managed to come back and win 2-1. Fantastic result. Both the strikers doing particularly well. So I'm very happy with that performance. And we'll just have a quick look at the league table. It puts us into 5th, so doing fantastic so far. What I'll do is I'll click us through to the next game, so stay tuned and I'll see you shortly. And welcome back for the second match of the episode. So away at QPR, starting lineup as follows. Ripley continues in goals. Wallace at left back, McNair at right back. We've got Johnson and Palmer-Brown in the centre of defence. Tavares and Thompson holding that midfield too, with Williams on the left, Atibo on the right, and Mags and Dunn continuing to fulfil the strike force role. It would be the first time in a while that we've won 2 games in a row if we can pull this off today, and it would be fantastic for our form kicking on towards achieving a playoff place. So I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but it's certainly a game within our capability of winning. So let's get in there, cheer up the players and see how we think we can get. So here we go. I can't remember the last episode where we got 2 wins in a row. Somebody might be able to tell me in the comment section, but we normally have 1 win, 1 draw, 1 win, 1 loss, or we've probably had more double losses than we've had double wins. But let's see if we can make it an episode to remember. It would certainly put us in great stead for maintaining that place, an unlikely place at that, the playoffs. Again, playoffs throughout this save have been a bit of a mixed bag. We'd lost 2 before we finally got the 3rd one, and I think that run we did with Exeter when we took over and got all the way into the playoffs and won it was one of the highlights of this particular save. Here we go with the highlight then. Wallace breaking down the left. Can he find a way to deliver it? Yes, he can, into Atibo, but keeper gets a hold of it. Again, the left-hand side seems to be the more dominant side for us. Tavares, Thompson, Williams again breaks down that left-hand side, gets the ball into Atibo, and again, unlucky, but that left-hand side looking particularly threatening for us. 23 to 25 minutes gone. Certainly looking a slightly better team. Fortunately, Williams looks like he wants to come off. We can see the reintroduction of Josh Murphy, who's back from injury. So again, we've had Mags back in recent games. Josh Murphy's now returned. So the team is only getting stronger week by week. And that only bodes well for us as we continue to try and look to move up the table. I think my boy asked me earlier on about automatic promotion, and I think it might be a stretch too far. We'll certainly try, but I think we'll be doing well to maintain a playoff place. We have to be a little bit realistic. That being said, though, we've seemed to have established quite a good setup at Millwall. We've got a good first team squad. Got a whole host of young players away on loan, which can either be sold on for profit or integrated into the team next season. So in terms of a longer term vision for getting up a second time round, perhaps, we've definitely got a chance of doing it. So long may it continue. Half time then, 0-0. We've only had the 1 shot on target. It's a stark cry from the number of chances we created in the previous game. Let's just see if we can fire a rocket up some of these players. Get a bit of impetus injected into this team. Looks like a chance to QPR at start of the second half. Corner went in and it just skimmed the top of the bar, so it's a warning. Dunn not playing particularly well at the minute, which is unusual. I suppose everyone has to have an off day once every now and then. Share a bit of encouragement, see if we can just cheer him up. Got him back up to a 6.4. Again, the chances for them up there have been few and far between. We really need to hope that some of the other players can just get the ball into them in the right areas. The shots have been creeping up slowly but surely. Wallace with a throw in now into Thompson. Being cleared partially to Palmer Brown. Johnson gets a chance now. He breaks down that left-hand side again. Plays it into Murphy. Can he find a cross? No, he puts it back to Wallace. Murphy cross into Mags. But again, just unable to finish it. So it's a bit more promising. We've got a corner out of it. We've got a chance to deliver a ball into the box again. There it goes. It's been cleared, although we tried to recycle the ball back into the box, but the highlight ended. So a bit more promising in that second half, but it's still not quite finding the strikers in a clear bit of space. Dunn's not having a particularly great game, and as much as I rate him highly, I think it's time to get him off and maybe give Abdul Malik a little run up front. See if he can nick in there and put a stake for one of them front two berth. Abdul Malik, who was away on loan last season at Oxford, he's been pretty good since he came out. Mags is playing a 6.3 now. It's contagious. Looks like a highlight to QPR now, playing the ball in the middle of the park. They've gone out down their left-hand side. Can we stop the cross? No. In he goes. But Ripley's managed to save it. So 20 minutes to go. Not going particularly well. I'm going to get Mags off as well. I can't be doing with these 6.3 nonsense. Let's get Hugill on as that final change. Again, he's aging. He's meant to be really good, but he's never performed for me. But we will give him 15 minutes to try and keep his name in some sort of favour. Otherwise, yeah, earliest opportunity is gone. I'll need his wage budget off our bill. And we need to be able to get the players we want into here. 8 minutes to go. Just share one final bit of encouragement. See if we can get one more chance. Here we go, throwing down the left-hand side with Wallace into Hugill. He's giving it away. Johnson's picked it up. We'll try going down the right-hand side. Atibo puts it across, but again, we can't find the right players. Thompson gets another chance now into Abdul Malik. Thompson, is he going to put it out wide to McNamara? He delivers it into the box. Again, he can't find Hugill, and that's left QPR a chance to break 3-on-3 as he gets into the box. And I don't know how he's managed to squeeze that in from there. Got to be asking questions of the goalkeeper. Beating at his near post. And that is a bit of a devastating blow to our recent run of form. I've maybe hexed us with the might win 2 games. I'm getting ahead of myself. Not really much time to do anything. All the substitutions have been made. 2 minutes to go. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes you just don't perform on the day. It's the inconsistency of youth sometimes. But yeah, we'll have to take that squarely on the chin. Not what we wanted in that second match. It's going to be hard to pick the players up. Morale will drop somewhat. Yeah, not happy with that performance at all. Didn't really create what we usually do. See how that affects us in terms of league position. Yeah. I think we'll have to concede that if you win over 90 minutes, you do win. So league table wise, then we still maintain that 5th position. We're 6 points off that second place, which I think is probably unachievable. We're just in the playoffs at the minute. We're coming up towards halfway through the season, so once we get past that halfway point, once we've done the January transfer window, we'll have a better idea of where we're aiming for come the end of the season. So once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, stick a thumb up on the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future episodes, especially with the impending release of Football Manager 22, where we'll be starting a brand new Unemployed to Unstoppable adventure. Who knows who we'll start with, but yeah, don't miss out. Take care and I'll see you soon.